Spirit. So in this particular game, do notice they go for the same bans anyway. Does that mean that jungle priority will be higher? Because they did allow Spirit to wait to the second round of picks and then take the Gragas rather than going for a priority pick first pick, which we see from most teams in the LCK.
Yep, last time we saw the first pick on the Tahm Kench. Lots of thought into this one, and you notice the target ban against Mowgli. No Zac for Mowgli this time around, so what's he gonna play coming into this one? His next most play would be the Sejuani. Do they want to pick it up here first? Looks like they're looking elsewhere.
It feels really bad to first pick the Sejuani with everything that's available, generic tank jungles available, and you just had to deal with the flex pick Sion in game number 2. So it feels like we're going back to the meta a month ago, but first pick Sion, even on patch 7.6, 8.6 I should say, is happening.
Yeah.
I was a year in the past there. Now notice the Trundle ban was forced in game number 1. They're not actually going to ban the Trundle in game number 2. Haven't seen Mowgli on that pick yet. And we're actually going to see the Trundle potentially taken here for King Zone, a true flex pick. Khan very happy to jump onto it in the top lane.
Yeah, could see a similar ban pick actually to game number 2, and the fact that, you know, you get the first pick on the Sion, immediately it gets answered with another Trundle in the jungle.
But on red side, you get to think about it, you get to savor the moment and then decide later. And it seems like King Zone have a different tier list to other teams. They're taking Kai'Sa whenever it's open.
I mean, after you see game 2, do you blame them? We saw them pick it twice in a row. They pick it for a third time after a star performance from Pray. No surprise from me that they go for that Kai'Sa, that they're putting so much priority on it when Pray is playing the way he is on that champion.
And they know that Kai'Sa is emerging as a better tank buster than Varus. Not a huge surprise, but it is something that's a bit more risky because of the shorter range. Will Afrika go Varus 3 times in a row? Is the big question about this draft. Because if they don't take it here, it'll probably be banned in the second round.
Well, we saw so much Varus from Kramer against the KT in their series in the semifinals. Does he want to hop off of it to try to counter this Kai'Sa? Looks like they're going to lean towards Tahm Kench again. That was their first.
Sion will be going top. It is going to be an Azir mid lane. So already another threat on the side of Afrika. The 80 carry pick, you expect to be something pretty high damage, but they have to also respond to the threats already posed by King Zone. Ezreal here would be something we would see in previous metas and previous weeks, but it's all about tanks and tank shredders, it feels like today. What will be the final decision? Afrika taking the maximum time. This would not be a tank shredder. They're actually looking for proactivity around the Skarner, and they're going to rely on the consistent damage from the Azir instead.
Yeah, gonna have that late game damage with that. Certainly will be necessary for taking out Barons as well on the blue side, because Jhin, notably, not very fast on those Barons. So going for a bit more utility from the AD carry role. Thinking about a mid laner here now for BDD. Something to go up against the Azir. Would be our first Taliyah in the finals. Is going to get locked in for the Taliyah versus Azir matchup.
And these early rotation Taliyahs that was so common before the Yasuo are a thing of the past. It's a last pick Taliyah. Because Taliyah is seen as a risky pick with so many mid laners, BDD and Kuro included, spamming Conqueror Yasuo and solo queue and other potential counter picks to the Taliyah. So he eventually does lock in ultra comfort, but it has to be at the final pick. They had to sacrifice the flex Trundle earlier just to get this particular Taliyah matchup.
Yep, you talk about counter picks, you talk about blind picks, stuff like that. These two teams have picked red side every single time they get a chance, and this is part of the reason. They get that last pick, they put BDD on a champion he's very, very comfortable in, knows this matchup very well, is able to sneak out that Taliyah. We'll see if he can have a superstar performance this time around.
And we take a deep breath, we take a step back, and we say, you know, it started with tanks, it didn't end with tanks. The tank quotient is lower in this particular game. Skarner and Tahm Kench are imitations of tank, and sure.
It's on Mowgli.
He's here really early.
Look at this. Level 2 is Khan. Going to be very hard. He's already taken a lot of damage. Is going to be looked to be slowed. The flash comes in from Keen, and the red buff is going to be Brock. No escape for the top laner. First blood goes over to Keen in the top lane.
And that's what happens when you have a jungler come off the bench, has been able to watch the first 2 games, see the tendencies. There hadn't been those early ganks, and Peanut, when you're on the Trundle, you want to be about the...
That's what I love about this player. Looking to give himself a little bit of a birthday present, coming in here and having a good performance so far. Will it be traded back, though? The flash was blown onto Keen, looking for the knock-up here. Here comes Peanut. Once that pillar goes down, can he escape from here? Is there enough damage, though? It looks like it's close. Down he will go, and the trade back kill will go over to Khan.
Well, top lane's no longer an island. Apparently it's an extension of the jungle in this early game. Keen's actually got a bit of time to push back the wave a little bit, but much more action in game number 3 in the top side. I wonder if that was a level 1 read when they saw the Rejuve beat star placement is what this comp is made for.
Trying to beat in Mowgli here. Gonna miss the seismic shot. He flashes in. Look at the response from Afrika. Trying to get the kill, and he does. Kramer able to crit him down. Peanut getting extremely low as well. Is forced to flash away. BDD and Pray, though, moving forward. Trying to do the damage on the Kuro, but Tushin is there. And Kramer able to lock him down. Opening on up for the curtain call. 1 shot, 2 shot. The wall, though, is gonna interrupt him. Really nice response from BDD. But in the end of the fight, Afrika does take the win.
Notwithstanding interruption, no Gragas cast. Really nice use of the weave as well. Spares the blushes. Peanut and Pray were in no position to tank up any of the shots. Black Shield at the split-second time stopped the suppression, but Morgana is super squishy. That's not a Braum, Gorilla. You're gonna die real fast.
Certainly is. I love the response from Mowgli in that fight. We all thought he was the one being baiting it in, but he was able to see him as well. He sees he's being baited, dodges the seismic shove, and flashes in.
Both teams think they're baiting the enemy. Good play from Mowgli to move forwards. Flash ult does register. I apologize. It was onto Gorilla, and they just kill him during the duration. I thought the Black Shield answered. I was incorrect. They get the kill from there, and Pray jumps in. The damage is not there. The setup is not there. And if this weave as well didn't come in, this would have been a big advantage of Afrika.
The response time from BDD was there. 1 or 2 more shots. Khan, but he does dodge the deadly flourish. But now with the banner of command, just trying to get onto this turret. No response from Kingzone. They're going to the bottom side, and now Khan and this turret should certainly go down. The Devourer is going to get in there, and Afrika pick up another kill.
Just desserts coming through from the Tahm Kench. So far, the use of the ultimate has been on point. Usually, it's Kingzone. 11 games of Tahm Kench who are out-rotating. This time, largely from behind. They catch him,
unless they can just pick it up along their way.
As he's playing away from vision. Cho'Gath does have the priority in the bot lane, can walk up, and they're trying mid lane.
Oh, there you go, gonna get him locked down, and unbelievable. This time, no Morgana around Pray. He's gonna be locked down out of nowhere, and that is a huge pick onto the side of Kingzone. Now, Afrika can begin to push down mid lane.
Pray's too far up without his Morgana. Trundle cannot answer what the Skarner can do when his flash is available. They kill him, and remember that Baron setup. It could be so important.
Look at that damage coming out from Kramer. Gorilla, you mentioned the Morgana. Now he's a bit out of the fight as he gets extremely low. Will they turn onto the Baron?
Oh, they will.
With Pray down, they certainly can. And Khan just going to be pushing the bottom lane awkwardly. Not much he can do.
Peanut has flash. He can flash in. They have the feast. Here comes Cho'Gath.
Okay, nice little wall. Going to have to devour Mowgli over that one. And I mentioned that damage from before. They can't pick it down enough. And just one Weaver's Wall is going to be enough to counter that Baron take.
And all they get out of it is Cho'Gath's teleport. Sion in the side lane. Not going to have massive Baron turret damage, I should say. So no, the moment you press that ultimate, you're going in one direction. It was the wrong way.
Look at Kramer trying to go in and crit him down, but takes a ton of damage himself. Trying to disengage now, but there's Pray in the front line. Not able to take him down in time. Finally does, but will go down to the turret. Gets a double kill onto the bottom lane in the course of it. Now Azir going to be jumped upon. Unfortunately, Kuro out of position here, but he does survive in the end.
BDD?
Here comes BDD trying to challenge, and he does. BDD is not going to go down to the turret as well. Kingzone striking back in a huge manner.
This is some risky business by Kingzone. They're going so aggressive. Their AD carry gets a 1 for 2. They still have a lust for blood. They'll get this mid lane out of turret, but the moment that Pray went down, the Baron buff was no longer a possibility.
This is the finals we hoped for. Starting our best of 3 in game 3, all tied up here. It's swinging back and forth. Afrika were ahead, but Kingzone, they strike back.
So let's watch the replay here, and Kramer really has a rush of blood to the head. Watch the replay. He gets baited by the deadly flourish damage, goes up, and should be expected that he goes down. They can't buy enough vision. It doesn't matter if you have the Azir ultimate. You're going to be able to get into the front line. Pray does still a lot of damage. You can see the damage items have started to register. The 2 for 1 means that no Baron can be picked up because they don't have enough Baron damage anymore. Secure but not damage. But the lust for blood on Kingzone, it's strong.
Kuro just making a mistake afterwards as well. He walks straight into Khan and says, please, knock me up into the air. I dare you. And Khan's like, okay, I guess I will. Down he does go. Nice play by BDD. That min-maxing I was talking about, able to get it there in the end with the extra kill. Interesting choice underneath the control ward.
Really, really hard for Afrika. Kingzone know because of the comp. They're the only team to actually really play any Jhin this season, are Kingzone, that it's all about Baron tone. It's never about Baron damage or finishing the Baron when you are running that Jhin, so they're not going to be taking that bluff at any point. They've got the pillar, the check brush. We're watching bot lane. Okay, this is fun.
Interesting choice there. As Mowgli is looking for a target now, but Black Shield is going to help out Gorilla. They're going to turn again.
They know
the turn.
Only one control ward on Cho'Gath. There's no control wards now.
The wall going to come on in. Mowgli taking a lot of damage. Will they turn? They're committing to it here. Trying to get the damage. They got it. Go, but Kramer disappears. Will they have enough damage to fight back? Kuro getting extremely low himself. And I'm not sure that he can get out of this one. Tries to, but he cannot. They get the Baron, but 3 members are going to go down from the Afrika Freaks.
And that's the cost. If you want to remove Baron from the map, you will take severe casualties. If you're the side of Afrika, they make the beeline because there were no control wards left to check the pit if you were Kingzone. The Pray comes in, he gap closes, he's not going to go down. And that means that the push will start for Kingzone.
They got to wait until everybody respawns, and at this point in the game, it's going to be significant. You got 40-second death timers already. Kingzone looking on point. You can see that they're all communicating in the booth. They take out 1 turret. There goes a second. Going to add to their gold lead here as they do take it, passing the 30-minute mark.
And now I'm left with the question as an analyst of, Kingzone have the draft that is the god at playing around Baron. Is it worth giving up some kills, giving up some map control to remove Baron from the map for 7 minutes? Because Kingzone's entire comp is made to do this from the front foot. It's from the back foot. It does end up with some kills going down, but now the best place for Kingzone to fight isn't online for 7 minutes. There is the Baron buff.
In a bit of trouble here. The Devour is down, and down he does go. No way to get him. Tushin, he devours up Mowgli and doesn't have it available for Kramer. Means that he goes down, and the Baron push is stopped.
Kramer's flash still available. Don't know if it was at the start of that play. I want to say no, but he goes down at the split second he can't afford to. Keen will get some time. He might take a bot lane outer turret, but this is going to be an answering one for Afrika.
Yeah, just going to trade 1 for 1 in this, and as the rotation comes in, you can tell that he's confident on the Jhin. The build, regardless of build, he's been a bit overconfident, you can say, in this series. He gets baited by that 4th shot crit onto the Morgana, trying to dive 1v5. BDD in a lot of trouble up here all alone. Are we going to have this? The Abyssal Void's coming in, and BDD nowhere for him to go, is going to be shut down. Pray, though, coming from behind. Kuro's getting low. They're trying to damage this Cho'Gath, but not enough. He's going to get... Pray. There goes Pray into the back line. Now he's up to Kramer. Can he get him? Nice Devour to get him out of dodge here, but Kuro goes down, and Pray is doing incredible damage in the back line. Takes out Mowgli. Going for Keen. No one to answer this Kai'Sa as she rips through the Afrika Freaks team. Tushin is going to go down eventually, as it should be. The ace is trying to flash and deny that ace, but here comes Pray. Will eventually take him, as Tushin will go down. The ace over to Pray. His Kai'Sa popping off tonight.
And when the GE Tigers first came together, all of their success was on the back of Pray on the Cogmore. 4 years later, he jumps on the Kai'Sa, first professional games of Kai'Sa in this series, and he's decided that Kingzone are going to MSI. He has decided that he is the hard carry. The team agrees this will be inhibitor. Maybe not quite the game for Kingzone Dragon X.
Can't quite end it just yet. We're only 35 minutes into the game. They've got only 3 members, no Baron, of course, and so they do it. What looked like a pick onto BDD, Kingzone turn around really fast in this game.
And when you watch the replay, remember that the re-engage happens when Kuro is at 300 HP. So while the Kingzone mid laner is down, the Afrika mid laner is out of the fight in many ways. So watch the replay. BDD goes for a side lane play, very, very standard. This is a nice collapse coming through from Afrika. Now, it takes longer than they would have wanted. They don't get the first ult coming in from the Azir. They have to use more resources. And by the time the fight goes on, Kuro is at 200 health. And watch Pray, he's able in a skirmish in one of these unorganized fights when you can't use all your cooldowns to peel away from the Kai'Sa, to make everywhere a front line for the Kai'Sa. Wherever the Kai'Sa goes, only good things follow for Kingzone.
Pray able to reposition so easily with this thing that Afrika can do to stop this.
There's just so many things to respect. Just the pillar, massive with the flashes being down. Mowgli tries to walk up. This is not what you want to walk up to.
Going on in there, trying to take him out. Seismic Shove is going to get 3, and that's going to shut down the game as they get 2 in the end of it, make it 3. As Kuro and Kramer have to leave with their tail between their legs. Kingzone fighting back here in game number 3. They were behind, but they say, we are the better team. We are going to win this one, and that they will. They fight back. They want the kill. They're going to go into the base there. They take him out. They take the Nexus, and game 3 goes to Kingzone.
And